The 7th anniversary, man. It's time to have a discussion. Currently on pace to be the worst selling anniversary they've ever released. And I'm not here to force an opinion down your throat. Pause. I'm just here to give you the information on why a lot of people might feel like this anniversary is very lackluster so far. I also want to emphasize that the anniversary isn't over, so there's still a part 2 to come and the ultra, and things could change up quite a bit depending on what the developers have in store to execute. But right now, there's definitely two sides and it's very apparent. Some people that feel that the anniversary is very lackluster, and other people who are just enjoying it for what it is, but still also enjoyed everything that they showed out with. Question for you guys, which side are you on? Are you currently enjoying the anniversary, or do you feel it's underwhelming? Let me know in the comment section and let's get into this video now. Now, for a lot of these points, I am currently on the side of it feeling more underwhelming, even though I'm still enjoying the anniversary currently. So I'll be speaking more from the perspective of them not doing a good job so far, or at least they could have done a better job. So if I'm speaking in first person, it's because I somewhat believe the things that I'm saying, but I'm mainly just trying to deliver what a lot of people are feeling, whether it's the majority or not. It's a feeling that is going around this anniversary. So the first thing I want to address is the build up to the anniversary. The build up was going so well. They were having us basically in the dark, and everybody was putting out their predictions, very hyped for the 7th anniversary, knowing it's going to be their biggest year. And then they pull a tradition. The tradition they always run with this particular unit. Ultra Instinct Goku leaks. Now, if this was the first time ever that he had leaked, it would be like, wow, this is crazy, mind-blowing. You know, we wouldn't have been expecting it. But the fact that it's happened 5 times, if you're not a new Legends player, you already know this is a thing. I've been through every single Dragon Ball Legends Ultra Instinct Goku leak, and every time it's happened, it's just got less and less exciting. The first time, it was completely mind-blowing because we had never got that unit in the game. The second time, it was still very mind-blowing. I remember I wasn't even home. I was on a coach coming home from another city, and I was like, damn, I'm not even home and everyone's talking about it. That's tough. But then onwards from there, it was just like, all right, cool. We see your gimmick now. We know, we understand it, and you're gonna keep pulling it, but it's not working the same. Since day one, to be honest, I've always been that type of guy that has said leaks are not good. A lot of people feel that, but they get caught up in the excitement and they disregard the idea that leaks are not good. But once it happens consistently, all of a sudden now, oh my god, the leaks have brought the hype way down, and everybody's feeling it, to be honest. So going into the anniversary, there was the consistent idea that there should be more. It wasn't even just the fact they leaked MUI Goku. We also saw the Vegeta, so everything we were getting was shown in a little Twitter video, and that's disappointing. Of course, we got the sparkings, but nobody's going into the anniversary with sparkings in their mind at the front. We're looking for Legends Limited, we're looking for Ultras. The character reveals are the biggest part, and the fact that both characters, not even just MUI this time, Vegeta as well, leaked the whole headline for the anniversary leak. It ruined all the anticipation factors, and it had people basically coping for the idea of something else, a potential ultra, new format, all these things and ideas that people had, and it was just thrown into the ground because the developers, whether it was intentional or not, I'm a believer of them doing it intentionally, it just isn't a good marketing technique. It's selling. Can we talk about the reveals and stuff? The Legends information, there was so many things wrong with the reveal. Let's talk about it. First off, let's talk about the video length. It being 50 minutes when they know they leaked their main 2 units, and the only 2 units they're gonna drop in part 1 is nasty work. And I understand they have to speak about everything, so they speak about everything in the anniversary, the Zenkais, the kits, and then they also did their extra promotion. It felt like if I wasn't streaming that reveal, oh my god, I would have been bored out my brain. That reveal, they're showing us anniversary events, which they've already showed us every single year, right? Fair enough, they gave us more chrono crystals. Shout out to Tani for that. We love you for that. But then everything else is pretty much things we've got every single year outside of the UI update. Then they went through every single anniversary. Again, this is all presentation, so I understand it, but this is all build up, and you'd expect for there to be something more, but there wasn't. So it felt like I was sitting through things that I already expected to also get something I already expected. There was nothing on top, and that was down to them having their MUI Goku and SSBE Vegeta leak. leaked. Let's also talk about the main reveal itself, the production behind it. I saw a lot of people pointing out that supposedly they were using AI instead of actually just doing actual recordings, which is very cheap in my opinion. This is a company that makes 100 million minimum a year and they couldn't actually do actual recordings. Then on top of that, the music choice was pretty lazy in my opinion. It didn't make me feel like this was a major reveal. They didn't even use any of the music from the Tournament of Power, even though they're dropping 2 headliners from the Tournament of Power. There's no MUI Goku OST, no Tournament of Power music. You know the song I'm talking about. I think it's called Ultimate Battle. If they played that song, it would literally 10x the value of this reveal, but they just didn't. So it didn't feel like it was anything special. It's like, here man, damn, 7th anniversary, we gotta give it to you. And they dropped MUI Goku SSBE Vegeta. We leaked it a couple days ago, and quite a few days ago, I believe it was 5 days difference. That's a lot. Come on, man. And then people pointing out things like repeated animations, they didn't do everything custom. To be honest, with the units releasing, I don't feel like that's a valid complaint. Obviously, in the reveal, it didn't look too good, the things people were pointing out. But I'll be honest, MUI Goku looks amazing, and so does SSBE Vegeta. But there was no feeling of, once I'm done watching this reveal, I'm gonna really remember it. Reveals like Blue Bros, reveals like Ultra Super Gogeta with the first Ultra, Vegito Blue, Ultra UI. These are reveals that have stuck with us, and clearly for their biggest year, supposedly, they've chosen to take the low road versus the high road, and that's very disappointing. Now, there's a lot more things I could mention, but this is the last point I'm going to bring up because I don't want to micromanage the anniversary, but I feel like this is a very big deciding factor on how people feel when going into any celebration. The mechanics. We didn't get any new mechanics. Okay, so you want to bring up the Vegeta Evolve gauge. That's basically just a V2 of the attack gauge. They just pretty much branded it differently and they put different levels on it. There's nothing visually new in Dragon Ball Legends. Of course, Vegeta's animations are quote-unquote new. Of course, Goku's animations are quote-unquote new, but so are every unit that they release throughout the whole year, whether it's within an anniversary or not. What we're looking for is something that makes the whole gameplay experience completely new, and that has not been produced in this anniversary. Last year, we got the synchro mechanic, so you're able to go from a tag unit to a singular unit being the Fusion Warriors, and that happened with both of the characters. Then on top of that, they also got their own extra mechanics. So Vegito is able to Rising Rush, and even if you lose the Rising Rush, a whole new thing shifts the gameplay. Vegito ends up behind them and he hits them. With Gogeta, even though we know it's not the best in hindsight, his Striker Soul is beautiful, and I go back to using him a lot just because he's just gonna go side to side, boom, boom. That feels good. Even Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, hitting that counter and doing a backflip, it feels good. But in this anniversary so far, and especially for the headliners who should have something, there just isn't anything. These guys here, Ultra Instinct Goku, we have 4 others that dodge just like him. Even though he does damage post-transform, Red MUI does that. His green card is a counter. Ultra Vegito Blue does that. And Vegeta doesn't do anything unique. So it's really just lackluster in terms of the gameplay as well. Of course, these are beautiful units. They look good, so everybody's still somewhat enjoying playing with them. Like, I definitely am. I'm gonna speak loud as hell when I say this. MUI Goku is fun to play with, but it's nothing new. It's just a new character. Now, this video's probably felt quite negative, so I wanted to end it on a positive note because this anniversary hasn't been all bad, and like I've tried to say in this video, this anniversary isn't necessarily bad, it's just underwhelming considering the stakes that were put in place for how valuable this anniversary should be, especially with how good they did the 6th anniversary as well. So one thing I really want to point out is the fact that they brought back the 3x Z power on the banner. The last time they did this was the Blue Bros and Sword of Hope Trunks banner in 2021, the festival. So the fact that they've done that is very generous because you'd be able to fill up your whole account as long as you continuously summon on these banners. Even if you don't get the new units, you will probably pull older Legends Limited, and getting them 3x Z power for every individual pull is a big plus. Even though you might be pulling characters that are trash, they could be Zenkai buffers, they could be good Z ability buffers, they could be units that could get a Zenkai buff or a Platinum platinum equipment in the near future to be used in battle and genuinely be very valuable. So just them doing that is a big help to all the players coming into the game fresh, as well as all the existing players that have been saving chrono crystals or not, just generally summoning on these new banners. That's something that I really wanted to emphasize, but there's other things as well. For example, they're going to be giving out a bunch of chrono crystals with their new web store. I know a lot of people haven't had good success with their web store, but a lot of people also have, me being one of those people. I've been able to get free chrono crystals just off that. They're also giving out free chrono crystals every Wednesday just for existing, 500 just for logging in. That's a crazy buff to the chrono crystals that we usually get in any celebration. So all of that is super great. And then naturally they always drop a unique event. The event where Goku and Vegeta fight is very nice. Vegeta obviously is fighting Goku, who's using Ultra Instinct, but Vegeta is going around and using his brain to counter such a powerful technique that Goku is using, and they end up in a stalemate. That's pretty nice, to be honest. The cinematics is nice, even though some of it was reused. They could have gone a bit extra with custom animations, but overall it was a beautiful sight and it was quite enjoyable, even though I know a lot of you guys don't like reading. In general, they've kept the anniversary template enjoyable. The theme of it still very nice and clean, but it's still under the bar. But I didn't want to go this whole video without mentioning any of these positives that they've brought out this year, because every year there is still something nice in the anniversary. No anniversary has been a 0 out of 10. I just really feel like they should have done a lot better, especially considering this should have been their biggest year. That's going to make the end of the video. Again, for the people that don't listen, I'm more so just trying to be the messenger for a lot of people's feelings. I'm not trying to enforce this opinion on anybody. If you're enjoying the anniversary, I'm very happy for you. Especially if you're new to the game, everything's gonna feel fresh and that's lovely. But for a player that's been playing the whole 7 years, I can't accept this anniversary as one of the greats. And I already expected this from the millisecond the leak released. People said that was early opinion, early feelings, but we've been playing this game for 7 years. I'm pretty sure I know how things are gonna go, and these devs very rarely surprise us, and here we are. Let's just hope the part 2 and the part 3 literally blow our minds out of this world, because if it doesn't, we're gonna be having serious talks about the 7th anniversary, which was supposed to be their biggest year. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.